let's see. I'm going to start off with this this guy, the one that's between violet and red violet. So that will be Quin Rose and ultramarine, but a lot more ultramarine. I think I'm going to try it. Sure. Next, I'm going to do the red, the red that. So this is theoretically between red and red-orange. It's seeming more just like straight red-orange to me a little bit, and there seems to be a pretty big jump between that one and that one. This is a red that's quite violet, and this is a red that's quite orangey. It may be that that is off and a little bit too bluish, but either way, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of both of the reds together. Can you do that? Indeed you can. So that's too watery. He's thinking to himself. There's a little bit of the Quin Rose and a little bit of Naphthol red. Let's see what happens. That seems kind of fun. Just not quite enough water. Because these brushes are so soft, they make it a lot easier to glaze on these colors and do kind of like what I did of bringing in some extra water even on that shape that I had already started. Without giving everything underneath it a scrubbed sort of look. We'll see how that dries. I don't want to do that one because it's wet. Let's see what happens with trying to make this between yellow and yellow-orange a little bit stronger. I'm thinking out loud to myself, is that what I want to do? I don't think so. I'm changing my mind. I think I want to you. I'm talking to my painting. This will help you. So let's see. This one I want to strengthen up. Then that's going to be between blue, green, and green. So again, getting kind of tricky, but mostly peacock blue and a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to bring in that right there, which already was a mix of peacock blue and some yellow. I'm sure I'm kind of, you'll have to go back and correct me if I'm saying the wrong things. You can probably tell. But so mostly peacock blue and a tiny bit of yellow here. And let's just sort of go over you, strengthen you. It's pretty strong. Might want to add some water. I am definitely trying to sort of make the edge a little bit darker and leave the middle of the shape a little bit lighter in value. Sort of one of the tricks when you're dealing with shifting around to colors that will inherently not get that dark. I'll be cleaning up these edges eventually, I know. But let me see. That and that and that. The blue. The one between blue violet and blue. I'm going to strengthen that one up, and this is another helpful one where the paint we have is really kind of the exact right color. It's the ultramarine blue. Eventually I'm going to have to clean my palette here, I realize. But it's a blue that is leaning towards violet. So it sort of wants to, once again, it wants to be violet. I don't know that it wants to be violet. That seems presumptuous for me. Try to do the same thing. It's kind of fun on the fly kind of thing. And I'll show you. I'll be showing you more of that. But sort of painting the shape and then dropping in some water to the middle of it to help kind of coax everything out to the edges. Depending on how much water and whatnot there is, it may have an effect that you want, or it may just end up drying really not any different than if you hadn't put the water in. So that's a little of that ultramarine. I feel like we're getting there definitely to the point where I'm happy with all the first overlaps. The second overlaps I'm going to end up going really just dark, trying to make it sense but be pretty close to black sort of thing. I think everything is kind of wet to the point where I'm going to not try to do anything else just right now. Okay.